Hello there, Qckslvrslash here, and let me take you back to the days most of us were in the salt mines of ranked, just trying to eke out a win to slowly advance, and that is where this game comes from, courtesy of Ghost GTR2 in the Scharnhorst. And the Scharnhorst, if I had driven a battleship through ranked, probably would have been my choice, just because of her flexibility. You know, I've featured Nagato's on here. I love the Nagato. In random battles, she's a beast. But because of how ranked plays out, I think the flexibility these smaller guns on a battleship offer you really outweigh the loss in penetration and just make the ship more able to adapt to situations. And when you look at the teams, they're pretty even. You got CVs in this game, which is a little rare. Of course, Ghost's team has a Saipan, which generally is a better ship, or better, yeah, ship to bring, better CV, just because of the plane loadouts, and you can really dominate the air with that 3 fighter, 1 bomber loadout. And there's the enemy Belfast. Now, the enemy team does have the only radar and the only Belfast, which a lot of people complain about, but the thing with that radar is that Belfast just smoked. You can't see the smoke right there, but he has. Ghost landed 7,300 damage into him, and the Belfast is starting to shoot, but he has nothing to shoot at because he put a giant wall of smoke in front of all his teammates. There's no real spotting yet. The planes are coming, but until they get there, that Belfast can't really do much. And as far as the radar, you just have to know where 8.5 kilometers kind of from the edge of the smoke is, and you're never going to get caught in a destroyer. I'd much rather have the Fiji that Ghost has on my team, because the Fiji is a beast, and with the torps and that repair party can really stick in a fight longer. Too many Belfasts just get wiped out because they think they're invincible in the smoke, and that is the downside to smoke, because if you look at that enemy team, look how many torpedoes are going their way. You know, I can guarantee you someone is going to get caught by one of those. And you expect them to come this way too. The Fiji's posted up and stops just in time, dodges the incoming Peds, and unfortunately for Ghost, he has to get into that cap. Because of where the fighters are, he is detected, things have shots over this land at him. And that's where air control is so important. It gives you that advantage of vision. And I know some people in competitive environments really try to do damage with their carriers, and damage is good late game when you can sneak in and get an easy kill on a low health battleship, but at the start of the game you really want to just keep enemy planes from getting too close to your friendly ships and just kind of keep the enemy at bay. And the enemy Gneisenau is slowly kind of trolling through A, and it wouldn't surprise me, there they are, the Fiji has fired off his Peds. Just another reason I really liked the Fiji. Meanwhile, Ghost has just been putting bits of damage in. He's up to almost 14,000. Not bad considering we're a couple minutes in, and the caps are split, which is pretty much what happens in ranked. And here's a Sims, nice and close, 6.5 kilometers in. So, Ghost throws the Peds, and you don't expect torpedoes to hit with a DD, but it forces the DD to do something. He decides to turn and eats part of a broadside of HE there, gets lit on fire, has to fix that, put it out, and unfortunately there's no second fire from the secondaries. But once again, Ghost got some more damage on the board, throws some shots based on those incoming gun shells, and is just turning to get out, just in time too, and his torpedo hits. So, perfect example of why you throw those torpedoes, but the key to doing that is don't throw them when you have guns ready. Use your guns, then throw the torps. Like, try to vary that, you know. It's more obvious in destroyers than a battleship, because in a battleship they never really know where you are as far as gun load goes. But with a destroyer, if there isn't a constant stream of shells coming out of you when you're spotted, people pretty much assume you're throwing Peds. Now this enemy Nagato is burning, and Ghost just goes with the HE here. Shot a number of planes down there, lands a couple shells there, about 3,000 total damage. The Nagato's shells all go long, and Ghost just keeps putting damage up slowly. Like, it's not some crazy rate, but we're 5.5 minutes in, almost 40,000 damage on the board. Enemy Akatsuki spotted, gets another fire, which is going to be very handy unless that Nagato puts it out, which you can see has done so. And that's where the carrier really does come in. When a carrier spots someone that's wasted that cooldown, sneaking in, getting a bomb drop on them can do massive damage, because that Saipan with all those bombers can do a crap ton of damage, but also just wreck with 2 or 3 fires. More planes coming in overhead, and another one shot down. And the Scharnhorst is one of those ships that I always end up losing way too many of my planes to when I'm playing CV. And it's just because in my head, I don't associate a ton of AA power with the Germans for one reason or another. Both the Gneisenau and the Scharnhorst are very capable of chewing through squadrons of planes. The Akatsuki is being continuously spotted by the Saipan. The Saipan really showing off what you do as a CV. You know, he's keeping his fighters just far enough away that they're not really getting chewed at, but he's keeping the enemy destroyer spotted, which means you also know when torpedoes are coming your way, and that is massively important, especially when you're in these standoff battles. And you can see the CV just looped his fighters over the middle, spots the torps, and Ghost doesn't have to think now. He knows exactly where the threat is. Looks more or less clear of it, though the way those torps are spreading, I'd be a little on edge. The Shiratsu does a sail by, puts Ghost into some smoke, and yeah, the spread of those torpedoes, Ghost has to be careful here. It looks like they're gonna miss. He backed up a bit, got his ship reorientated, and is nice and clear. And things aren't going great for Ghost Team. They're down a ship. They lost that Fiji. I didn't see what happened to them. But they've still got their battleships. They've still got 2 of their destroyers. And they're in decent shape. Nagato comes sailing around the corner. Once again, using HE, I would probably consider switching to AP here, which he has done because there's a Belfast. The Nagato is also kind of in that prime range to absolutely wreck. And you'll notice Ghost just creeping forward. He's moving about in the smoke so that his guns are never firing from exactly the same location. The Belfast has a hard turn and he's holding fire. Always important in a battleship. Wait for your target to give you the shot you want. Don't waste it when they're maneuvering hard or anything. And patience is paying off. The Belfast is slowly coming back to sneak behind the island. He's slowed right up, making this a pretty easy shot. Almost 6,000 damage. Sadly no citadels, but 6,000 damage is 6,000 damage, and on a ship like the Belfast, you can't recover it. And the target needs to change because the enemy Nessie is on 6,800, 7,500 health, slowly losing it, and, well, sorry, slowly recovering it. Once again, about 6,500 damage there. Unfortunately, that enemy Nessie is recovering the hit points. But there isn't just one battleship here, there's 2, and if they can focus that enemy ship down, they bring the game back to even. But what really has them far behind on points here is the fact that the enemy team has spent good chunks of time in the cap they have. They're not capturing it, they're just interrupting the points, and it's really put them ahead. They're, 210 or so points ahead right now. That gap will close though if they can finish that Gneisenau off, and there they do it. So now it's closer to 150. Much more manageable, and at least the ships are even. You've got the same number of guns on the field now. And I think that number is going to drop because this Nagato is kind of caught out alone. You can see where the Belfast went. He kind of ducked in behind this island. Looks like there's a destroyer with him. And that Nagato is caught in the back, all alone. And you see Ghost going for the HE here. And main reason is, I think he's hoping to just get some fires going, and it looked like a set of torpedoes were going to hit that Nagato, and of course they run out right as they get there. Looks like a destroyer is building a smoke screen, no fire, and, well, there's someone in the cap again. Ghost gets his plane up, to fend off some of the fighters, but it gives you a bit of an early warning on torpedoes if the plane happens to circle over that way. And he looks like he's just gonna charge. There's that smoke there, you know there's a Belfast and a Nagato in there. And the Akatsuki gets spotted. Once again, friendly CV doing his job, finding that enemy destroyer, and making sure he gets lit. And you see what the Saipan's doing. He's not right overhead. He's not close to losing any of his planes. He's just skirting that detection range. And, well, now the Akatsuki's firing, it doesn't matter. He is going to be detected. He gets chased out of the cap, and just listen to that maelstrom of fire coming Ghost's way. The Scharnhorst tanking through those secondaries, the bombers, everything going for him. He hits the Akatsuki, finishes it off with close quarters, picks up his high caliber, and the torps are about to go into the screen the Belfast was last spotted in. So will he get a lucky torpedo here? No real time to pay attention because more bombers overhead, torps coming in, and the Shiratsu to the rescue, kites by with a smoke, protecting Ghost as he finishes off the Nagato. What a flurry of action there was there. And things are starting to look much better for Ghost's team. The remaining enemy destroyers spotted, so he's not really going to be able to get away. And it's just a matter of finishing him off, getting the caps and the points. But if you look at it, Ghost has shot down 25 enemy planes. He is in contention here for a potential clear skies if he can get just a few more, which would be, I'd say, quite an achievement in a battleship. That said, planes always seem to go for the battleship, so if you've got strong AA and the enemy carrier is a little careless with his strike packages, you can do some damage. His secondaries and main guns working this Akatsuki over, and ooh, is the Akatsuki going to eat a Pede? No, he just ducks it. Friendly is continuing to shoot. He gets a fire, and at this point, let your secondaries finish him off. Picks up his 4th kill and a 2nd close quarters expert. And here come more planes. Can he finish this match off with a clear sky and just clean up the medals? Sadly, there's not going to be a Kraken, but it's hard to get a Kraken in ranked because there's just not enough enemy ships. The Ranger is detected, so they know where that final ship is. And honestly, at this point, I would abandon the cap. Keep yourself time. Just milk the extra kill that is the Ranger for the lulz. Another 4 planes down. Come on. 5. He's getting close. The enemy Ranger's got more planes coming his way. He's throwing HE, trying to stop the onslaught. The secondaries and, well, the AA guns just going to town, taking down these squadrons as they fly overhead. And, oh, he's got to be getting close. He's at 34 planes. I don't know exactly what he needs. He's up to 38. He might get this. Come on, get the clear skies. Finish this one off. Up to 40 planes shot down. His anti-aircraft gunners earning their meals today. You can even see teammate, that AA. And the Saipan was just dragging those enemy planes, and another plane shot down. The question is, will he get clear skies, or will this Ranger get killed before they manage to cap out? There's 4 minutes 40 seconds left, but only 22 cap points to go. You can hear those long-range aircraft guns firing. Come on, one good shot. There it is! 43rd, plane goes down, gets the clear sky in a Scharnhorst. Really finishing off everything. He took out planes, got the high caliber, got Confederate. He did everything. And it's games like that I played ranked for and still will play ranked for. I like the prizes you get. I like all the little rewards for reaching each ranked, but the extra tension, you know, I can only imagine how quick Ghost GTR's heart was beating there as he was just getting beat down by a flurry of things, but wiping them out one after the other. 627,000 credits, almost 7,000 experience. Fireproof, Confederate, 2 close quarters, First Blood, Dreadnought, Devastating Strike, Clear Skies, High Caliber, just shy of 91,000 damage, and really led his team in that one. But his team played smart. And when everything comes together like that, it's just such a good feeling. And look at the results, just shy of 3,100 base experience, those 43 planes and 4 ships leading his team. And that enemy carrier couldn't do anything to stop Ghost's AA gunners. They were just chewing through those squadrons. And it can be frustrating as a carrier when you just can't get a strike in. When you look at the damage, he shot pretty much everything at least once. And, you know, some big damage on ships he didn't kill, a little less on some he did, but just getting that damage in through the battle and staying alive through the battle is really the best way to contribute to any team, whether it be random, co-op, you know, competitive. You got to keep yourself in it, and you do that with just some smart play, keeping your ship moving, and reading the map well. And end of the day, took home over 500,000 credits and just shy of 9,000 experience. Thank you very much, Ghost GTR, for sending this one in. I'm sorry it took so long to get up, but I've kind of got to space out all the ship videos, and I had a lot of Scharnhorst videos at the time you sent this in, but I keep the old clients just for this reason, so that I can go back and share the great games that people have had. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing, and as always, I'll have another one for you all later.